reality, it's not necessary to read lots of books every year. Reading one book and using the knowledge from that book is 100% better than reading 10 books a month and doing nothing. There's so many books out there, and it may seem like you have to read them all to be well informed. But guess what? It's not that important. It's much better to choose quality books rather than read many of them. You have to balance between consuming, reflection, and sharing. Let me explain why you don't need to stress yourself out and try to read hundreds of books every year. It's essential to be selective. Instead of trying to read every book that comes your way, focus on choosing the ones that truly resonate with you. Think about your interests, passions, and the areas of knowledge you want to explore. By being selective, you can ensure that the books or information you read are meaningful and relevant to you and your personal growth. Try to choose wisely. How to choose what to read next may seem impossible, but I haven't had such a problem. I've always asked my wife. Ask yours. Sorry. I pick some ideas from already read books if it looks interesting, or try to find something on the internet, or ask my wife. We discuss a lot, talk to each other about new ideas and thoughts, and it's great. I remember the time when I was in school. Our literature teacher gave us a list for every summer with 50 or sometimes over 100 books. Usually I didn't read so many books, but when I did, it looked like a big waste of time. And finally, when the time to discuss came, I didn't remember the details and sometimes even the plot. What's the point? To know who killed who, or the general idea of the book? It's not meaningful reading. I don't tell you reading a lot is something worthless, but to do so you have to know what you're reading and the reason why. Okay, next. It's really important what you put in your head in general. I mean, all information, not only books. Because you don't need to read about celebrities, their lives, who dates who sleeps with who, scroll through endless social media feeds. Come on, it's junk information. Junk food gradually harms your body, just as junk information fills your mind with unnecessary distractions. If you eat healthily and sometimes you buy pizza, you will be in good shape. But what would be with your body if you ate only pizzas? Nothing good, I guess. What will happen to your mind if you read only low-grade literature or consume endless feeds on social media? In the best scenario, you won't progress in any way. Clear your media and information space. Consume only high-quality content. I'm begging you, for your own sake. Deep reading. When you take the time to carefully choose your books, you can dive deep into their content. Rather than rushing through a large number of books, it's more beneficial to engage in what is known as deep reading. Deep reading means immersing yourself in a book, fully absorbing its ideas and reflecting on its insights. It allows you to gain a deeper understanding and appreciation for the author's message. The new information you just read may seem unclear and obscure at the first blush, but it takes time for your brain to absorb it, to create new neural connections, for you not to reject it. Also, it's not just about consuming information when you read. It's also about sharing what you learn. Believe it or not, sharing the information you read can actually help you remember more and deepen your understanding. It's really important to not only consume, When you explain concepts or ideas to someone else, you have to organize your thoughts. This process of explaining and teaching reinforces your own understanding and helps you remember the information better. Moreover, when you share what you've learned, you engage in conversations and discussions with others. A reasonable question may arise: what do I need to do if I don't have anyone to share the information with? But don't worry. Write posts on Instagram, Twitter. God, you don't even need to do this from your own account. Create the second one. Share your thoughts anonymously. You may gain new insights from others, discover alternative viewpoints, or even receive feedback that expands your understanding. This active exchange of ideas enhances your own learning experience and promotes a deeper engagement with the material. So remember that reading is not just a solitary activity. When you share what you read, you not only help others learn, but also deepen your own understanding. The most precious thing about social media is that you can monetize it just by adding more effort and consistency. You simply can earn money because you read books. The problem with consuming. I already said that you need to be rational, to share, to be selective. But the only way to anyone to change their lives is by taking action. You could read the best books in the world, the most important books in your life, read hundreds of them. But if you don't take action, it doesn't mean anything. Nothing changes in your life. It's impossible to change your life without actions. There's the optimal ratio between how much you're gonna read and how much you have to turn into action. Most people read nearly 100% and do 0% of their time. Some people think you have to read 70% and 30% of the time output, like reflect on something, share with others, or taking an action. However, it must be the opposite. Only 30% consuming, which is pretty hard actually. Think about the time you consume the information. It may be hours every day. But how many hours do you spend creating, sharing, or using the information you consume? Probably not that much. What does it mean to you? You simply just have to change the way you interact with information. And you can fix that. For example, make a to-do list after you've read some chapter or even the whole book, and step by step turn into an action. If it's the useful book, I'm sure there are many points or thoughts you can implement in your life. And after you've done it, you have to reflect or ask for feedback from other people. Depends on points, the book, and you. What went wrong, what was good, what you can improve, and the next steps. By focusing on quality over quantity, you give yourself the opportunity to truly digest the knowledge and wisdom within each book. Instead of racing through pages just to reach a high book count, take the time to savor the words, reflect on the concepts, and let the ideas sink in. Remember, reading is not a race or a competition. It's a personal journey of discovery and growth. Each book has the potential to enrich your life and broaden your perspective. I mean, of course, with some value, not some random book with wolf quotes. So don't feel pressured to read hundreds of books every year. Instead, prioritize quality, select the books that speak to you. I hope this information is helpful. If so, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.